and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name's Rhonda, better known as Hot Mess Mama MD. On today's video, we'll be doing a tutorial and review on the new FaceCandy Amazonian palette. You can pick this up on SHOPHUSH.com, as always, not sponsored or affiliated or anything like that. So if you're interested to check out my look that I will be creating, as well as my review and thoughts on this particular palette right here, make sure to stay tuned. But as always, before we get into the video, please make sure to hit that like button down below, as well as if you are new to my channel, I do upload 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern Standard Time. So if you'd like to see more of my content, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, as well as a little bell next to it, and that way you'll be notified every time that I upload a video. So without further ado, let's get into the review and tutorial. Okay, so like I said, this is one of the new palettes at SHOPHUSH, and I recommend downloading the app. If you go to SHOPHUSH.com, you're not going to be able to actually purchase these palettes. That's just the way they do it. But this alone is $12. It does look like this. It is supposed to be a dupe for the Kylie Cosmetics Naughty or Nice palettes. Now, this is the other palette that you can purchase with or right along with this palette right here. If you purchase both of them, you can get them for both of them for like $20 or $12 by themselves. Now, I've already done a video that's already up live right now, so make sure to check that out and you can see my tutorial and review and all that on this palette. Now, back over to this palette. I chose to do this one second because honestly, the colors just don't speak to me at all. I don't know what it is. I mean, I've played around with it. I've, tried to come up with different, I'm not feeling it. So hopefully playing around with it and trying to create a look will kind of change the way I feel about it. But like I said, I was able to pick both of these up for $20, and they are $12 alone if I haven't already said that. Okay, so a little bit about this palette. As far as the way it looks, it is in like one of those nice cardboard type of palettes, and when you open it up, you do get a mirror inside. It is a decent sized mirror. You do get a total of 14 shades in here, and it is a nice mixture of mattes and shimmers and things like that. Just looking at it, it doesn't look like this one actually has a duochrome in it. On the back of this palette, it's just like this one, where it's laid out and each one has the name on the back. So not only do you get the name inside the palette, but you do get it on the back side of the palette as well. It does state that it is cruelty free and the shelf life is 12 months. Total weight of ounces is 0.035 ounces and 0.99 grams. So let's go ahead and get into the swatches. That is all of the 14 swatches. Now, like I always tell you guys, I know swatches don't mean a hill of beans when you're just swatching them on your arms and things like that. I will tell you guys though, I do feel like they do swatch pretty well, and all this is really giving you guys is an idea, if you do have the same skin tone as myself, what these colors potentially could look like on you. So we'll go ahead and start the application process. Okay, so I'll be right back with my liner and my lashes. Okay, so I'm back with my liner and my lashes. As always, everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box. There will be links down there, so if you do click on those links and purchase the item through those links, I do get a little bit of a kickback. So I want to thank you guys up front for doing that. I truly appreciate it. It not only helps myself out, but it does help my family out as well. So thank you all very, very much for doing that. Okay, so let's get into this palette. As I told you guys, I was not very inspired by the colors in this palette or anything like that. It took me a little bit after like seeing it in the, you know, the viewfinder and things like that. I'm like, well, I guess the look isn't too bad. I mean, I think it turned out prettier than I was expecting. I think I just have like this phobia of grays or something, just because this is a ramble fest, but back when I was like a freshman in high school, I think, my mom had taken me to the Clinique counter, and the girl did like a whole makeover thing on me, on telling me like the shades I needed, skincare, da 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 da. When she pulled the eyeshadows, the only thing that she would pull was grays or like this muted purple gray eyeshadows, and I'm like, I like browns. I want like more like nudes, browns, things like that. And she's like, oh honey, that won't look good with your blue eyes. And I was like, wow, really? Ouch. She's like, yeah, you need to just stick with grays. Just, that's it. Grays and whites. And like, it was like a shimmer white too. And I was just like, okay. And I remember being so sad. And I had gone to like, I guess it was like Walmart or Kroger's or something like that. And I remember picking up this quad, and it was all these gray tones from CoverGirl, and then this other quad that was like these muted purple tone, purpley gray, and I was just like, ugh, I was so bummed. So I think, even though there was like oranges and browns in here, I wanted to try different colors for you guys, because literally this was like a warm tone eye look and things like that. So I wanted to play around with the grays. And at first, that's literally took me like a flashback to being in high school and the Clinique lady just like devastating me. And then I'm like, girl, I can do other colors, you know? And with that being said, I think that the gray look turned out pretty. Like, even looking at it, like I said, in the viewfinder, I like it. I'm like, okay, it's pretty, but overall, it just, the palette doesn't speak to me. It just doesn't, you know? I will tell you guys, this color right here called Starbeam is like this chunky, powdery, glittery type of consistency. And it reminds me a lot of the shade in the Natasha Denona Star palette called Galaxia, I guess. If you guys see, it's like this, it's like a chunky powder glitter look. And it's just, it's not horrible, but I would definitely recommend, like, if you're going to use that, you would probably benefit from using like a glitter glue or something like that, or like some sort of sticky consistency that it can adhere to. Because I know for me personally, when I use that shade in the Star palette, I have some fallout and it's annoying. And I feel like with this one, if you were to try and put a lot of it on the lid and try and, like, you know, do a halo look or something like that, I feel like you're gonna have a lot of fallout with that one. Now, I will tell you guys, as far as the kick up goes in these palettes, there is quite a bit of kick up in these palettes, not just this one, in a lot of the Bad Habit and FaceCandy palettes. So what you're gonna want to do, and what I would suggest, is going in either very, very light-handed and then tapping the brush, or if you happen to have a heavy hand, we'll just do this orange shade right here called Toucan. If you go in heavy-handed like that, you're gonna get a ton of product on your brush. And even now, with that being said, just tap it off quite a bit, and you're still gonna have it on your brush, and then start applying it and building it up that way. That's not just for the Bad Habit or FaceCandy palettes. I would suggest that with any type of palette that has a lot of kick up, so, such as like the Lorac palettes, they have a ton of kick up as well. Even some of the ABH palettes, things like that. That, for me personally, that is a tip to you guys, because I found, like, for me, that has helped so much, instead of going and dipping and then right in and then have a mess on my face. Because I'm the type of person, I really like to apply my face first and then do my eyes. That's just how I roll. So definitely be mindful of that when you are using these palettes, is you either go in very light-handed and tap and you're not going to have as much, you know, coming off the brush, or if you do go in and you see a ton on your brush, just always do that tap and then build up. It's just much easier to build up and not have to worry about the fallout than to go right in and then you're like, oh my gosh, look at that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I know I'm totally tangenting on, but I'm just, it's not a horrible palette, but for me, these colors just don't speak to me. But here's the thing. I feel like we've been on this whole warm palette kick for so long, like it feels like so long, that I feel like the cool tone colors are going to come back. So with that being said, I think that this would be a good palette for that. But this for me is just not an everyday palette that I'd want to gravitate to. Hey babe. Hey. Well, I'm like right in the middle of filming. Okay, well, I'll call you when I finish this up. Love you. Bye. And I lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. The husband called and I lost my train of thought. But, you know, this is just not a palette that I would reach for every single day. However, this one I would totally, yeah, I'm loving this one. So if it comes down to you guys picking one or the other, for me personally, I think this one, like I said, I got both of these for $20. If you have a bunch of Hush points accumulated, you do get however much is, you know, you've accumulated. Like right now, I think I have like $6 accumulated, so I'd get these for like 14 bucks. Yes, then I think it's worth to get 2 of them, even though I wouldn't be using this all the time. But, you know, like I said, for me personally, I'm just not a cool tone girl right now. But I do feel like we're going to see a lot more of the cool tones coming out, so this would be a good option. Now, I will tell you guys, for my talc sensitive friends, they do have ingredients listed in here, and some of the shades do have talc farther down on the list. However, some of the other shades do have talc as the very first ingredient. I know some of you guys have been questioning, you know, what is in these as far as ingredients wise, because you guys have a hard time finding it online and on the app and things like that. I get it. What I'm going to go ahead and do for you guys is I'm going to list the ingredients down below, letting you know, just because everything, you know, all of them have talc in there at some point. So I'm going to go ahead and just list the ingredients for you guys down in my description box to make it a little bit easier for you all. And for those of you that are going to check out this video next, I will do the exact same thing as far as that goes, of listing the ingredients for you guys, because I know ingredients are really important. So just wanted to mention that. In case I forgot to mention it before, this is a cruelty-free eyeshadow palette that does last for 12 months. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to talk about with it. I mean, honestly, the more I am like seeing myself in the viewfinder, the more I'm like, okay, these grays aren't so shabby. Maybe I'll start with the cool tones again. I think, you know what I mean? Like, when people just like tell you something like, oh, red lipstick doesn't look good on you, and you may love red lipstick, you're like, oh, and you gravitate away from it or something, you know? It's just those little triggers. And I never honestly realized how much grays bothered me until I started playing with it, and I'm like, flashback. I'm rambling, guys, sorry. That's what I do. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think that's all I want to say about this. You know, as always, whatever I suggest, please don't feel like you have to run out and purchase it or anything like that. Anyways, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below, as well as the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, so you can be notified every time that I upload a video. So until next time, my friends, as always, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky. Bye. What was that? Bye. I've lost my mind. Until next time.